can officially start celebrating the holiday season. Now we can officially say it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Okay, now it's okay. It's okay. We're past Thanksgiving. There's no other holiday in between as far as, Christmas is concerned. No disrespect to Hanukkah. But now we can say we're in the holiday season. It's none of this October 15th putting up the Christmas lights. Or it's like August 17th and you're saying like, hey, we better get ready for Christmas. No. We can officially do it. Now we can start with the celebration. But we got to get some business out of the way. Oh, yeah, I got to talk about Hunter Biden being pardoned. And, yeah, I'll make some analogies, but the Hunter Biden pardon is probably a lot of things. It's not just one thing. It can be many things at once. In many ways, it's unprecedented in many ways, but not completely unprecedented. If you know your history, you know that Bill Clinton pardoned his half-brother, Roger Clinton. But that pardon was for something that was in 1985. Roger Clinton had already done his sentence, convicted, all of that. He had served his time, all that. That was just a pardon which moved all this off Roger Clinton's record. So as far as pardoning a relative, that's not unprecedented. But Joe Biden said, I'm going to make sure that you never touch my son again. He is pardoned for 10 years of activities from like the 2014 to 2024. So as long as you've heard the name Hunter Biden, unless you can find something when he was back in college with Mo Kelly. Yes, we went to college together at Georgetown University. He was 1 year behind me. Unless you could find something from back then, you can't prosecute him. And most likely if it's back then, unless it's murder, statute of limitations has expired. That was what happened today. And I would say, even though it's mostly unprecedented, I also say it's completely indefensible. Joe, you said you weren't going to pardon him. That's what you said. That's what you said, dog. You said you weren't going to pardon him. Now, he probably said, yes, I know it's legacy tarnishing, but I don't care. And that's what I think happened. Because I believe, although it was unprecedented, it was indefensible, I also think it was understandable. Let's not forget, the Democrats defecated on him in a very public and unceremonious way. And if I were Joe Biden, I'm not, but if I were, I would be of the opinion that I really don't care what my party would think of me at this point. You defecated on me. You forced me to step aside. I really don't care what you, the Democratic Party, and you voters may think of me because I only got maybe 4 or 5 more years to live. Let's be honest. Okay. So I'm going to do what I, Joe Biden, want to do. As far as the question for you and me right now, does any of this really matter? I don't think it does. Here's why. This pardon is not going to impact the midterms. It's not going to impact the next presidential election in 2028. The news cycle turns over every 5 minutes, it seems. Hunter Biden will not be a story, will not be a talker, as they say, by the time we hit Christmas. Now, you can say politically it would have been better to have done it for the Democrats after January. You could say that, hey, if you're a Democrat, you probably want to not take the focus away from President-elect Trump's cabinet picks and make sure the party's focused on that. But Joe Biden said, I'm done. There are no more races for me to run. You can't kick me around anymore. I'm leaving and I'm taking my son with me. That's basically what he did. And Democrats, I know you're mad. Republicans, I know you're mad. And you know what? He doesn't care. Just in the way. And for me, this is me personally talking. I'm no longer Joe Biden. I don't like pardoning family members. I didn't like it when Bill Clinton did it. And he did it. He pardoned, as I said, for Roger Clinton for something which was pre his administration. I didn't like it when Donald Trump pardoned his father-in-law. Oh, and yeah, by the way, gave him the ambassador to France position. Didn't like it then, and I don't like this now. So color me consistent. I don't like those pardons. I think it's a sad and bad precedent. it says that, yes, people are above the law. Yes, it does matter who you know. Yes, it does matter if you are connected to presidents personally and directly. But this is something else that I don't know if other people have talked about. Because this was personal for Joe Biden, the pardoning of his son, and personal, I think, how he took it, how he was pushed aside, I absolutely believe that this was a middle finger to the Democrats. I don't care how it looks. I don't care what trouble it may bring you. I don't care how politically inconvenient it may be. You treated me like dirt, pushed me aside. I'm doing this for me. I'm taking care of the last son I have remaining. F y'all. I believe it was a middle finger to former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, because from what I understand, she was the ringleader. She was the one who was most responsible. She was the one who was conducting the whisper campaign for the quote unquote good of the party. But again, I want to be clear. I do not think it was the right thing to do. And again, it sends the message that some people are in fact above the law, especially in light of the recent Supreme Court decision that presidents have basically total immunity. I mean, you can't like one and get mad about the other. The president has total immunity and you're okay with Donald Trump pardoning a family member and also giving him an ambassadorship. Well, you really shouldn't have too much to say about Hunter Biden. Yes, I know Joe Biden said he wasn't going to pardon Hunter Biden. But this is how I try to look at it as well. And I only want to speak to the divorced people out there. Only want to speak to the divorced people. So if you're divorced, I'm speaking to you and about you. Because the common refrain will be, well, Joe Biden lied. He knew all the time. He knew from the beginning that he was going to pardon his son. He lied to the American people. He may have. I'm not so sure that he did. Here's what I mean. And if you've ever been married, you know what I mean. Think about your wedding day. And to all of you know exactly where I'm going with this. You know exactly where I'm going with this. On your wedding day, and you are before the minister, the officiant, whoever, you are fully of the mind that you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. That person who's standing next to you at the altar, you are fully invested, committed, and sure in your mind that you are going to spend the rest of your life with him or her to love, honor, and obey, cherish, for better, for worse, richer or poor, sickness and health. You are sure in your mind. And then life happens. And then you realize that this mother father is not the person I need to spend the rest of my life with. Here's the question. Did you lie on your wedding day? Did you lie? Or did you have new information? Or did the circumstances change? I'm just asking a question. If I step on some toes out there, I'm sorry, but this is the best analogy I can think of. Here are the circumstances that I believe changed for Joe Biden to keep all of this together. He probably believed, given all he sacrificed, that the Democrats owed him one. Especially after Kamala Harris lost. He probably believed that Kamala Harris was going to win. And in so, Hunter Biden, even though there's supposed to be this imaginary partition between the White House and the DOJ, he probably assumed that if Kamala Harris won, he, as in Hunter Biden, would be a little bit more safe, however you want to characterize that. But when she lost, new information, new circumstances. It's almost like, well, yeah, when I got married, I assumed we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. But then I caught her or him in bed with their ex, and that changed everything. The circumstances changed here. And I believe when he said he was not going to pardon Hunter Biden, he also was of the belief that he was going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. And it didn't turn out that way. New information, new circumstances. He also believed that the Democrats are at least going to be in power after the election if he were to win or Kamala Harris were to win. Didn't happen that way. New information, new circumstances. So let me just say this because I know we got to go to break. What I believe Joe Biden did was wrong, indefensible, and legacy tarnishing. Be clear. But I also understand probably what went in to the decision. Because in a vacuum, you can't defend this at all. He said he wasn't going to, then he changed his mind. But at least I understand some of the why. And he was no longer going to walk the straight and narrow and do everything for everyone else politically and not take care of anyone in his own family personally. You don't have to like what he did. In fact, most people don't like what he did, but he really doesn't care at this point. It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Hey, divorce people.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Hey, Stephen, remember when Marcia Collier was here in studio last week talking about Porch Pirates, what we need to do? And I know Mark Ronner was here. He remembers when Marcia Collier was in here telling us what we need to do to get ready, prepare ourselves.
She's made me even more paranoid. Whenever I know I have a package coming, I have my phone next to the bed looking for the notification so that I can race down in my underwear to grab it before the Porch Pirates arrive.
It's not paranoia. It is a real thing. Paranoia is when there's no evidence to suggest what you're afraid of is an actual thing.
Yeah.
This is real. And to your point, Mark Ronner, I am always hyper vigilant with package which may arrive. Since I work in the evening, there's a better chance that I might be around at home as my packages arrive. As far as Amazon or wherever, my directions are very specific. If you're going to leave something on my porch, don't leave it in plain view of the street so just a casual porch pirate can just happen to see, oh, there's a package, let me go steal it. They're going to have to at least work for mine. I have real directions and specific instructions. I'm that guy. If you have Amazon, they'll take a picture of it and it'll get emailed to you. I'm the one who'll do the thumbs up, thumbs down and report all those fools who do it wrong. I don't know.
You should. Yeah.
I don't know if it gets them fired. I'm just letting you know, look, I have very specific and explicit directions. You didn't follow them. You left it out in plain view. And the next time I find you, we're going to have a misunderstanding.
Oh, I follow the tracking, all that stuff right down to the minute because, I'll tell you, I was joking around with you last week saying you'd have to bail me out for homicide if somebody did something like that. I'm not, if I'm expecting like an old movie poster or something from eBay and that disappears because of a porch pirate, people are going to have to die.
Don't talk about your crimes on the radio.
Oops.
Or your intention.
Time to lawyer up.
I will say this. I'm a person who is all about the online marketplace. We just had Black Friday, today, Cyber Monday. I have been known to purchase a laptop online, but it's never exceeded $250 in value. These are really small, like, items. I have a little IBM laptop, which is just for my Adobe Audition so I can edit audio. It serves a very specific purpose. My real important laptop and desktop computer, they're at home, and I went and bought them physically myself. Picked it up myself. But there are more and more instances of these porch pirates not even allowing the package to get to the porch. They are intercepting your package when it is coming off the truck. So, oh, hey, Mr. UPS man, or hey, Miss FedEx lady. Yeah. I'm right over here. That's my house. That's my packages for me. It's from, it's from Dell. Yeah, I'll sign for it.
I'm glad you brought this up because I ordered a MacBook Pro. I didn't shut my eyes till the thing was in my hands.
It's interesting you said that because there's another Southern California resident who has reported that an expensive package containing a laptop, specifically a MacBook Pro, had been stolen. And according to him, it's the third time that it's happened to him. Well, first, I'm not going to blame the victim, but I will say this. After it happens the first time, definitely the second time, don't tempt fate a third time. And clearly you are the target because they know you are the one who keeps ordering laptops to have them delivered through the mail. You might have to go to an actual Mac store. They got one in Delamo Mall, I believe.
Yeah, if the crooks peg you as like who's the Peanuts character with all of the Beethoven busts in the closet?
Right.
Schroeder, is that what it is?
Schroeder.
Yeah, you're never going to get a break once they realize you're the guy with the steady supply of high-tech equipment showing up.
But you gotta know that after a while that you just can't do that anymore. If it's that important to you, if you're going to spend thousands of dollars for a piece of equipment, then you need to treat it accordingly. Just go ahead and pick it up yourself. Make the time, because I don't know how much they are. I don't buy Apple products. I just know they're insanely expensive. Then you should treat it accordingly. It's a valuable item, and you're not going to leave it to chance. In both of these incidents, which are reported by KTLA, the thief or thieves stopped the delivery truck before it arrived at the house and took the laptop. And I'm not going to put the blame on UPS or FedEx or USPS, whoever was delivering it. It's your package. You have to make sure that you're doing your part, because I'm not going to expect the delivery person to care as much about my $1,000 or $3,000 computer as I do. It just doesn't make sense. It's not fair, but it's a fact. Now, this man, this victim, if you will, believes that there is a leak on the employee side or at Apple itself. I don't think it's that sophisticated. I think after they got you the first time, they knew that you'd probably try to replace that package. Now, it could be someone who is working for the post office. When I was on a grand jury, a federal grand jury, postal fraud, mail fraud, those are felonies. And we got to see time and time again how people were stealing mailbox keys and engaging in sophisticated porch pirating and also reselling the goods. I would not be surprised if this is not a particular individual, but probably a group of individuals in an organized ring, and they are using information both inside and other stuff that they can just deduce watching your house to steal these types of products. It's not just laptops. It's just about anything you leave on your porch these days, because it's the holiday season and everyone knows that everyone else is buying things online and having them delivered to the house. My upside is I'm at the house a whole lot longer. And like you, Mark Ronner, don't let me catch you, because I'm coming with bad intentions.
Somebody makes off with a computer that is just slightly less expensive than a car. You better bet I'm going to chase your ass down.
Me, I'm not ordering a car through the mail or any portion thereof, because I have to assume when I order something that is probably not going to make it to me. Maybe I'm just too cynical, but I have to be willing to accept that risk and also disappointment. Yes, I can be made whole. Yes, I can do something where the package is guaranteed. That's not the point. I have to do my part, though, to make sure that I don't end up in that place. And that means if I'm going to order something expensive, and I never would that expensive, my ass is home, though, that I can control the delivery. Or, like Marsha Collier said, have it delivered to a specific, like, Amazon box or something where you go and you can pick it up within a range of time that you get to decide.
A place with guards and a sally port, please.
Usually those Amazon boxes are either like right inside the store or right next to the store. It's real easy. My wife does it all the time, and you don't have to worry about someone intercepting the package. And if it's a MacBook Pro, that's the least you could do, the least you should do. I'm not unsympathetic, but I have to look at you. It's like, come on, dog. This is the third time. It's the third time. How many times do you want your laptop swiped? Because they clearly know you're the house that's ordering the laptops every single time. And it doesn't matter if it's an inside job. You're not doing your bare minimum to protect yourself. Stop sending the laptop to your house. Go to the store. Like I said, they got a MacBook Pro store at Delamo Mall in Torrance. This is a Southland, Southern California person. They can find it. It's not that damn hard. Even Stefan knows where it is. Right?
That's true. I actually used that feature a couple times.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Before we get out here for this break, we got to let you know, Pastathon, again, happening tomorrow. But KFI is also teaming up with Wild Fork Foods Orange County locations for a Give Back event. One day only, tomorrow only for Giving Tuesday. Go to Wild Fork Foods locations in Costa Mesa, Laguna Niguel, Mission Viejo, Huntington Beach. Do your regular shopping at checkout, say KFI Pastathon, and 15% of your total purchase will be donated to the KFI Pastathon for Katarina's Club. Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market has 700 meat and seafood options from all over the world. Plan your holiday meal at wildforkfoods.com. Amazing prices and quality, insane variety. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI Mo Kelly live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And we got it good in Southern California. We can complain about homelessness, and that's not a non-issue. I mean, we can complain about the crime or the varying degrees of it, and that's not a non-issue, but we still have it pretty damn good in Southern California. We can complain about the cost of living here, but oftentimes the cost of living is tied to the pretty good weather. You know, it's in the 70s right now. I just heard Mark Ronner talk about how it's going to be in the 70s tomorrow. It's December, y'all.
That's right. Christmas weather.
And it's going to be in the 70s. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I wouldn't be surprised if a number of you are thinking about possibly going to the beach maybe this coming weekend. You might be a college student who's coming home and, you know, you don't have anything to do, or you might have kids who will be getting out of school for the winter break. Twala, let me just ask you, do kids have all the same winter break anymore, or it's like staggered?
It's staggered.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not all getting out at the same time.
Used to be everyone would get out around, I don't know, maybe the 17th or 18th of December, and you go all the way through New Year's Day and maybe 2 days after that. Now I have no idea when kids are getting off. I just don't. So this may apply to you. It may not apply to you. You may want to go to the beach. Well, if you want to go to the beach, slow down, because just like summer, the water is still nasty, dangerous, and unsafe for you to be in. I'm going to give you some specific beaches, but it really shouldn't matter. Just assume that, well, think of it this way. Let's say you have a bowl of water. And I want to tell you that, you know, this portion of the bowl has bacteria in it. And I tell you another portion of the bowl has bacteria in it. A reasonable person would probably assume, you know what, the whole bowl is contaminated. Because all of it can mix together. It really doesn't matter where you are in that bowl. It's probably contaminated. So I'll tell you which corners of this proverbial bowl is contaminated. Just know that there are no like real boundaries keeping the contamination in one particular area. Water kind of flows and moves around. But Malibu Lagoon at Surf Rider Beach, 100 yards up and down the coast from the public restrooms. And I am quite sure all the feces will just stay 100 yards up and down the coast from the public restrooms. It will not go further than that. You can trust it. If you want to go to Malibu Lagoon. So go like 115 yards up. You'll be safe then. 100 yards, not safe. 115, you should be good. Castle Rock Storm Drain at Topanga County Beach, 100 yards up and down the coast from the storm drain. So we've heard public restrooms. We've heard storm drain. That means feces. Yummy. Get some water in your mouth. Ramirez Creek at Paradise Cove, 100 yards up and down the coast from the creek. Malibu Pier, 100 yards up and down the coast from the pier.
That's disappointing.
What are they throwing in the water from the pier? Marie Canyon Storm Drain at Puerco Beach. Say it with me. 100 yards up and down the coast from the public access steps. Puerco. Enter Cabrillo Beach in San Pedro. The entire swim area. That's what I'm talking about. The entire swim area is unsafe. Mother's Beach in Marina del Rey. The entire swim area. Santa Monica Pier, 100 yards up and down the coast of the pier. And officials issued the warnings due to bacterial levels that exceeded health standards when last tested. In other words, that's when they last tested. It could be worse today. It could be worse tomorrow. I don't know how often they test it. I would assume nasty water yesterday, nasty water tomorrow. That's my general rule. It's not scientific, but it's a good rule to live by. Several local beaches have been cleared since they were last tested. Take it for what it's worth. They're cleared today, maybe not next week. Santa Monica Canyon Creek at Will Rogers State Beach near Will Rogers Tower 18. That's cleared. I can't tell you about Tower 17 or 19. I have no idea. Only Tower 18. Dockweiler State Beach, that's not far from me. Near the Culver Boulevard storm drain. That's clear. The rest of the beach, no information. Topanga Canyon Beach, wide open, clear, no problems. Venice Beach, the Windward storm drain. I've been to Venice Beach, I don't know how many times in my life. I have no idea where the Windward storm drain is. I have no idea. I just don't know. And Venice usually is just a dirty place anyhow. So I have to assume the water is as well. I've never been in the water at Venice. I walked the boardwalk. I've gotten food. I've hung out at Muscle Beach. I wasn't doing anything. I was just hanging out there.
Do you trust the water at any beach in California?
Not in California, but I specifically have never even thought of going in the water at Venice Beach. I've gone in the water at Dockweiler. I've gone in the water at Redondo, Hermosa, Cabrillo, many years ago. I'm just thinking of all the beaches that I've been to, but I've never been in the water at Venice Beach. I played basketball there, but that's about as far as it goes.
A lot of this is never going to be fixed until they deal with the issue at hand. When I was doing SoCal Saturday, I discussed the poopage in the water. And I had an expert reach out and explain to me, he said, Mr. Sharp, one thing that is always left out of these reports from the health department, all of that, is that a lot of the properties along the beach have septic tanks as their cleaning system or whatever, and those are wearing and those are cracking as the surf, begins to wear away and they age, and that's what's constantly leaking back. Those things are not being cleaned, they're not being checked on, and there's no standard by which they need to. So all that poop is going right back into the water. Yeah, go surfing early in the morning.
Yummy. All in the mouth. Yummy.
I'm gonna throw up.
It's Later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We are live everywhere, the iHeartRadio app. We got to give you another update on Pastathon when we come back.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Tomorrow is Pastathon. It's almost here. And KFI is going to be broadcasting all day tomorrow from Wake Up Call through Later with Mo Kelly. I'm talking about the 14th annual KFI Pastathon for Chef Bruno's Charity Caterina's Club, providing more than 25,000 meals every week to kids in need right here in Southern California. It's not too late. You can donate now or bid on auction items like the exclusive opportunity for the experience of co-hosting Later with Mo Kelly. You can bid right now at KFIAM640.com/Pastathon. I am telling you, if you miss this opportunity, you will be so disappointed. You will be robbing yourself of an exclusive experience where you will have full run of the studio and the show for the entirety of the 3 hours. All you got to do is go to KFIAM640.com/Pastathon. And tomorrow, the crew will be in the house, except for Mark Runner, because he doesn't like anybody. He doesn't like to be out in public. He's a hermit.
Not true at all.
He's a recluse.
Your words offend me. My voice will be there. And I was actually thinking, you can have like a cutout of my head on a popsicle stick to hold up when I do the news.
A popsicle stick. Okay, like they have at sports games and everything?
Yeah, just hold up a picture of my face when it's time for me to do the news.
All right, I can do that. But we will have T-shirts to give away. We will have Later with Mo Kelly coffee mugs to give away. We will have Later with Mo Kelly keychains to give away, and a grand prize gift basket that we're going to raffle off at the end of the show. The only thing you need to do is just show up tomorrow. You'll already be there for Pastathon, or if you're going to come out, just make sure you wait around for Later with Mo Kelly as we close out the evening, because we're going to be there all day tomorrow from 5 a.m. through 10 p.m. And as always, if you've never been, it's something you should experience as well. You need to come out to the Anaheim White House tomorrow anytime over the course of the day. You can see the whole show station lineup from Amy King to Bill Handel to Gary and Shannon to John Cobelt to Tim Conway Jr. to even me will all be out there tomorrow. You can donate now. You can shop at any Smart and Final store and donate any amount at checkout. It's not too late. You can go into any Wendy's restaurant in Southern California and donate $5 or more. Get a coupon book for Wendy's goodies. But if you can't do any of that, or in addition to that, you can still come out and see us tomorrow, which of course is Giving Tuesday at the Anaheim White House. And the best part of it all is 100% of your donation goes to Katarina's Club. 100%. So not only is it a great tax write-off, you also get something in return. You get the knowledge that you are feeding kids all over Southern California, and maybe, who knows, you might even get a chance to co-host this show. I cannot overstate how cool it's going to be for someone, a listener, to be able to take this chair that I'm in right now and help host a show, help produce the show, help make fun of Mark Ronner, help direct.
That's extra. That is extra.
Oh, that's not a part of the package?
No, you've got to pay extra.
Okay, so you can't make fun of Mark Ronner. Well, maybe you can make fun of Stefan.
That's going to have to be up to him. But definitely sitting in your chair right there.
So what do you charge you, Mark? Is it going to be whatever you bid plus $2? What?
$2?
You just said it was going to be extra. You didn't give us any parameters here.
Well, now it finally comes out what you think of me. This is enlightening. I appreciate this. It's good to know up front.
I always thought that you were worth more.
At least $2.
Well, I think you're worth more than that. I'm just saying you set the terms of the engagement.
This is true. I think that what you can guarantee people is that they can sit in your chair and run their mouth.
Yeah, and the microphone will be on, but I can't preclude them. I can't stop them from looking into the same monitor that I'm looking into and not find something funny to say in regard to you, about you.
It's almost as if you're giving them just a little push in that direction.
No. I am saying I want them to have the true experience of hosting or co-hosting the show. And part of it is using you as a foil.
I see. Okay, well, I'm ready for that.
Okay, well, see, that's all a part of this great package and experience that we're offering for you. Just go to KFIAM640.com/Pastathon, and it can all be yours. KFI AM 640, we are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Untangling the mess until it makes sense.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles. Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio.